Live from the Super Guy Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games and flash show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling talk, are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now here's the host and perpetrator of these shenanigans, Mr. Big Beefy E himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there. Welcome to yet another episode from my new YouTube channel vlog show. I have decided to tweak the intro once again. It just gave me an idea. This domain right here, this new set I have here, I've got a name for it. The Super Guy Cave, because I'm a super guy. A super swell guy. Oh, that's what I decided to call it. That's why, if you notice on the intro, that's what it will be called. Welcome to another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Yes, I am the host and perpetrator of these shenanigans. I am Mr. Big Beefy E himself, Eric Lima. What's going on? Episode number 11 of the show, ladies and gentlemen. And gotta tell you, boys and girls, this is a very, very fun thing. I've always wanted to do, and this is like a very. This is a fun show, and I've always wanted to do a show. 11 years it was in a dream, but now look at how it's evolved. It's evolution, time again, and this is it, man. I'm really excited. Well, I want to get right into it. The first ever Raw Event Center for the new show, and I have many different notebooks, and I have red for Raw, so hence the Raw Event Center. And we're going to talk about what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. As you know, I'm a big WWE fan. And you'll be having reports from not only Raw, but from NXT 2.0 and Level Up. Level Up's on Fridays, but there's no more NXT UK, so that's out. AEW Dynamite and Rampage, you'll be expecting to hear from that. And also, I'm going to try to watch some Impact Wrestling. I haven't got a chance to watch it for the past few weeks because I was busy trying to get everything set up here and all that. So let's go. Let's see what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. It kicked off with Seth freaking Rollins coming to the ring, and this took place addressed the crowd in Portland, but it also addresses Matt Riddle. He said he's done with Riddle. Riddle comes out, said brawl, and he goes, bro, throws down the mic. The two went at it with the officials and referees trying to separate them. But then as Seth Rollins escaped in the back, Matt Riddle went to jump out of the ring, and then Judgement Day in the form of Finn Balor and Damian Priest come out, and they try to, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle, and Rhea Ripley, they go way back and all that. And he said, listen, you can join us. And then Matt Riddle says, you know what, I'm focused on Seth, so I'm going to say no. Then Riddle decided to attack Finn Balor. Priest and Balor were getting attacked, so they had a match. The match made during the break was Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor. Heck of a matchup. It was a great fight, but Balor won the match after a distraction by Rey Mysterio attacking Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins got involved, distracting Riddle. So, and then afterwards, after the matchup, Rollins stomps on Riddle's head again and yells and says, I'm done with you, I'm moving on. Because Seth Rollins is about to address some championship gold. More on that situation. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Damage Control as Io Sky and Dakota Kai challenged Raquel Rodriguez and Aliyah, a.k.a. Boujee The Beast, for the Women's Tag Team Championship. They said a lot of, they're favored to win. They were favored to win the tournament, but they didn't. So, they said they'll right that wrong tonight. Dominik Mysterio decided to address his actions, and he says that, and his father Ray, basically, he says he's sick and tired of being under his father's shadow, and he's sending a message to Edge through that. Then Rhea Ripley whispered something to him, and as Dominik Mysterio walks out, Rhea Ripley had a smile on her face. You know something? A little bit more on that. Austin Theory just heard about his former mentor Johnny Gargano coming back, and he decided to come back to in-ring competition. So he chose Chad Gable as Johnny Gargano's opponent. And then Chad Gable does the shoosh, and I thank you, that type of deal. So there's that. The women's tag team title was on the line, like I said, Boujee The Beast, Raquel Rodriguez, and Aliyah. Raquel Rodriguez got to be in a better mood that her man Braun Strowman is back in the WWE, but they were defending the title against Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and it was a great matchup. And Bayley got involved a couple of times, but it all paid off in the end because we got new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control. Ladies, congratulations. And Io Sky is one of my favorite female wrestlers ever. So, I'll tell you what, it'd be very interesting to see what happens now that they got a hold of the gold. Dominik was getting ready for his match against Edge, and Rey Mysterio was trying to talk to Dominik and trying to talk him out of this and all that, and then Rhea Ripley interrupts him, saying what Poppy wants, Poppy gets. And it seems like a long-term story. I'll tell you why it's a long-term storytelling matchup, storyline. I'll tell you why when we get to the matchup. Johnny Gargano went one-on-one with Chad Gable. This was a pretty good matchup with Chad Gable being an amateur Olympic wrestler. Johnny Gargano decided to counter moves, but in the end, Gargano did win the matchup. And Otis tried to attack Gargano during the matchup, but then Gargano super kicks them, evades them, and then Austin Theory blindsides Gargano with his Money in the Bank briefcase. Then Theory decided to address attacking Gargano, but then Kevin Owens comes out, passionately speaking, says, "Listen, you're not the. This is not how you see you were the chosen one, but you're not. It's not how it works now. Me and Johnny Gargano, we work hard. You know, he had an passionate speech. He earned the respect of the Portland crowd. Totally cool, totally awesome. And then he decided, well, since he's not getting through to you, he slaps Theory. Both men brawl while officials and referee try to separate these two. Kevin Owens and Austin Theory. It's going to be crazy. I'll tell you that much right now. So Bianca Belair came out to issue an open challenge for her championship. Sonya Deville from SmackDown came out and said, "Hey, I'll never forget what you did to me. You cost me my job as an official. I'll make you pay. I'm challenging you for the title." So the title match went on. It was a heck of a fight, but in the end, Belair did retain her title. But Bayley comes out, said, "I'll tell you when and where I'm going to take the title. I'll take it anytime I can." But Io Sky and Dakota Kai, the new women's tag team champions, were surrounding her, and she's trying to fight them off. And then Damage Control tried to jump her, but then here comes Alexa Bliss and Asuka, came to her aid against Damage Control. Omos against two poor soul local competitors, and Omos beats them both. Now, there were rumors that the upcoming event of Crown Jewel, I think it was like a couple months down the road, they were trying to get Omos versus Goldberg. I'd say Omos versus Strowman. I mean, that matchup. I like Goldberg, but, you know, Goldberg's like, what, 50-some-odd years old? Come on now. Let's get Omos and Strowman, man. Let's get those two big boys going at it. I want to see that matchup. I don't know if Goldberg has what it takes to lift Omos up for the jackhammer anyways. I mean, he did the Big Show years ago, but, you know, like I said, Goldberg's past his prime, man. No, with all due respect, I know Goldberg's pretty good, but come on now. That's what they're saying. The rumors going around. Rey Mysterio talks to Edge about going against Dominik, and then Edge goes, "You know, you heard what Dominik said. I'm going to have to teach him a lesson." So, and Edge understands what Rey's going through and all that, and being a father and all, but Edge says he's got to teach him a lesson. Kevin Patrick was interviewing Seth freaking Rollins about what you were about to say out there before Matt Riddle interrupted you. Yeah, I was about, I don't care and everything else. He was not in it was not in a good mood. Then Bobby Lashley comes out. He's here, the face of this company. Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking about and then Rollins goes, "I'm thinking about championship gold, and I'm going to challenge you for the United States title." We'll see if that match is about to happen. Miz was interviewed about Dexter Lumis, even though Miz does not like mentioning his name. But Loomis was stalking outside the house, and then as him and Maurice leave, because in fact Madison and Monroe went to bed. Somehow, Loomis is inside the house, and he draws Mrs. and Mrs. Wow, this is crazy. I have to feel for the Miz on this one, though. I gotta admit. But Dex Loomis playing mind games with the Miz. Hopefully he didn't harm the daughters. That's what I'm hoping, you know. I mean, I like Dexter Loomis. I like his talent for drawing and all that, but come on now, you know. So, Edge against Dominik Mysterio, and I want to tell you why it's long-term storyline telling. Long-term storyline. Long-term booking. Because a couple of times, Dominik was doing the Eddie Guerrero shimmy, the Three Amigos. Maybe that, you know, could be... You know, I could see, like, I wish Eddie adopted me instead of, you know, you type of... I wish he could have said that. You know, if you want to get really, break yourself free from your father's shadow, use the last name of Guerrero. Then that way you can be known as Dominik Guerrero. That way you can, like, you know, like, it's like, you know... It's like, you know, channeling the spirit of Eddie Guerrero a little bit. You know, it's weird. I mean, I don't, you know, as a Christian, I don't approve of that stuff, but it sounds like, you know, what Dominik is trying to do. He's trying to be like Eddie Guerrero. Just to, you know, because remember that long-term storyline booking back in 2005, Eddie and Ray went at it after they lost the tag team titles to Eminem. Remember that storyline? This is long-term booking, man. Was it 17 years in the making, so to speak? And like 20, yeah, it's like, you know, it's crazy, let me tell you. So 25 minus, because Dominik says he's 25 years old, minus 7, that's 8. So Dominik was 8 years old when that feud started. But during the matchup, Ray stops Edge, but he was shoved out of the way by Edge. But Priest attacks Rey Mysterio. Balor attacks Edge, and then when everybody had jumped on Edge, Edge wins by disqualification, and they injured Edge's leg, and that's where Judgment Day is standing strong in the end. So it seems like Judgment Day is out to send a message to anyone opposing them. So this would be, this is something else. So that is all the time we have on the show. I'll let my announcer take you out. On the very next episode, the first time, Trebek Tuesdays, High Rollers. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mr. Announcer, take it away. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A big beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production. In association with a sweet bumbling bofa Raver Telepictures and Distribution. See you next time on another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. So long for now.